Caution, you are about to enter the Ope Banwo live, unplugged, and unscripted no-spin zone. The battle to make Nigeria great again starts right here, right now. This is more than a show. This is a movement. On this show, we don't talk just for entertainment. We fight for something bigger. We fight for the soul of Nigeria. We speak for the dream of different generations. We are on a mission to make Nigeria great again. Tipa tipa. Yeah, no topics is off limit. We fearlessly tackle the real issues affecting Nigerians, whether it is politics, whether it's economy, whether it is business, whether it's religion and everyday life. If it matters to Nigerians, it definitely matters right here. On this platform, no party is sacred, no politician is untouchable, and there are no sacred cows that we entertain here. We expose the goats and celebrate the lions. We drag the ojelus and celebrate the oshelus. And we honor every patriot fighting for Nigeria's greatness. This is the front line of Nigeria Lives Matter movement to make Nigeria great again. And in this army, truth is our only weapon. So buckle up, patriots. The battle to make Nigeria great again manga starts right here and right now. Let's go. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Wherever you are joining me live from, you are actually at your own risk right now, joining the Ope Banwo live, unplugged, and unscripted. And tonight, in this our weekly show, we are going to be focusing on something I've been trying to sensitize Nigerians about for months, about this particular governor of my state. Governor Dapo Abiodun finally is gone ahead and done it. And before we know it, our state may end up becoming chaotic with violence everywhere. We're going to be talking about Governor Dapo Abiodun's dangerous executive lawlessness in Ogun State. From the story that has gone viral now, where he has marked 3 separate properties of Otunba Gbenga Daniel, we call him OGD, for demolition in just 3 days. And the notice was served on him just yesterday. So let me go with my opening round first. I like to do that. My people, I have seen arrogance of power before. But what the Ogun State government under Dapo Abiodun, Prince Dapo Abiodun, is doing right now to Otunba Gbenga Daniel is political brigandry of the highest order. And I'm going to show you tonight, this is not about partisanship. I've told you guys, I'm not going to vote in 2027. My own is to call it wherever it stands. A sitting governor, Dapo Abiodun, is using bulldozers as a weapon against another party member. So imagine what will happen to those who are not party members. After first demolishing a multi-billion naira property belonging to the wife of Otunba Gbenga Daniel, a former governor, a sitting senator from Ogun State East Senatorial District, which happens to be my senatorial district, in case you are wondering where is my own inside all this matter. Now, the governor is now going for the jugular and has marked, like a joke, 3 separate properties of the former governor that are sitting on 3 different locations for demolition in just 3 days. Yes, you had that right. Not 7 days, not 30 days, not 60 days, in 3 days. These are properties that have stood for 20 years, 12 years, 8 years, properties built with approved plans from what we are seeing from the camp of Gbenga Daniel right now. Properties that have never had a single violation notice on them since they've been existing for decades. And like I always ask, why? Because it looks like, and we're going to talk more about that. Let me just leave that for the main discussion. This is my opening round now. Now, seeing those notices, and they're in the public domain now, so this is not like somebody is talking and they're talking theory. We all have copies of the notices served on Otunba Gbenga Daniel. They were dated the same day, signed the same day, delivered the same day, August 8th, yesterday. And they have told him they're going to come and destroy those properties by Monday. On the 11th, I thought I've seen it all. See, this is not governance, my people. This is a governor turning Ogun State into a private battlefield. And make no mistake about it. This is the same pattern we saw when they illegally demolished that Camp Plaza in 2023. And I remember commenting on that. But Otunba Gbenga Daniel allowed that to go. They did it at midnight on Saturday to Sunday, when no government officials are even supposed to be working. And while the case was in court, they did that. So now they are coming for everything. Now, if they can do this to a sitting senator, and this is where my own anger is coming from, regardless of who you support in this game, you can say I'm partisan to this or that, it's irrelevant. Whoever you support, you must ask yourself, if they can do this to a sitting senator, what hope does the ordinary Ogun State citizen have? This is an intimidation campaign. Pure and simple. Any way you look at it, and I'm going to prove it tonight, it's an intimidation campaign to render OGD politically inactive. And that's my own read now. Okay, you can say I'm wrong. To render him politically inactive ahead of 2027. And we must call it what it is. State-sponsored political persecution. Tonight, we're going to tear apart their excuses. We're going to expose their contradictions. And I'm going to ask you people of Nigeria to ask the questions they hope nobody will ask. I'm going to ask it tonight. And of course, they're going to call me names. They're going to do what they do. But let them answer those 7 questions that I'm going to ask at the end of my presentation today. And then let all Nigerians judge. Because let's stop pretending. What is happening in Ogun State right now is not about property audits, as they said in their press release that I'm going to read for you. It is not about urban renewal. It is not even about some paperwork from 20 years ago. This is about raw political brigandry survival on the part of the governor, and the abuse of state power to crush an opponent before the real fight even begins. And he's starting it right in his own house, the APC. Imagine the lot of the PDP guy, of the obedient guy, of the ADC guy. That's why we must shout now. Governor Dapo Abiodun is not just targeting OGD's buildings. I want everybody to understand that. You don't have to take my word for this. This is all over the news. He is targeting OGD's political base, his resources, and his very ability to fight back in 2027. And I ask myself, why? I always do that. Because I don't just jump into stuff because of any, I may be very passionate or even emotional in my talk, but I'm hardly ever emotional in my analysis. Why is he doing this? Because when his tenure as governor ends, Governor Dapo wants to slide into the Senate seat for Ogun East, the very seat that OGD occupies creditably today. We know this because posters for the governor have already gone out. We know this because this has been rumbling for a while. And yet the governor knows that in a straight fight, he probably is not going to win. He can't take OGD. OGD is more popular across the state, and his record as a first-time senator, forget his governorship years now, his record as a first-time senator, and I encourage everybody to go Google this stuff. OGD is in the top 3. Don't take my word. In the entire National Assembly for bills sponsored, bills passed, and bringing tangible dividends of democracy home to Ogun State. I'm going to be doing a full analysis of this for everybody later when every party has selected their representatives. His record is short of just amazing. I don't know how many people don't know that, but I knew because I went to do plenty of research on all the 100 senators. Compare that to Dapo Abiodun's administration, currently plagued by scandals, riddled with unanswered questions about major projects. I myself have taken him to task. I have petitions against him with the FCC. I've sent petitions to the State Assembly where the speaker told me to my face that they are not going to accept a petition from me against Dapo Abiodun than not while they are alive. That is what is going on in Ogun State. And it's lacking real accountability. We just had this national event. He has not given report. There are rumors everywhere of mismanagement of the money. But months after an event is over, a governor gives no report to nobody. So instead of preparing to face the people on his performance, he's bringing out the bulldozers against his perceived number one opponent in his own party. I mean, the goal appears simple to me. Again, this is where conjecture goes into facts. I talk facts and I let you know when I'm putting my own opinion. And you don't have to agree with my opinion. But to me, the goal is simple. Strip OGD of his own base, drain his resources, humiliate him publicly before his supporters, and cripple him politically long before the primaries even come on. And because OGD is an alleged Omoluabi politician who is even trying to push for the creation of an Ijebu state who values peace and plays by the rules, Governor Dapo now believes he can strike him with impunity, knowing that the courts are slow to act. After all, he destroyed his wife's billion-dollar property, and the court are yet to resolve the issue, and he destroyed it while the case was still in court. So my people, this is not an audit like they do in Lagos. I also got a letter from the Lagos state government on my properties. They didn't tell me they're going to destroy my house in 3 days. They gave me time to come and sort out whatever issue they have. And they said I owe some money. And then I didn't even respond for 2 weeks. They sent me another one after 1 month before I finally went to pay. That is how civilized governments behave. That's what is happening in Lagos. But Ogun State, they want to serve you notice of violation today. They want to give you quick notice today, and they want to demolish your building in 3 days. This is political warfare by demolition, and we must call it. We must pay attention to what is happening in Ogun State right now, because it's not just about OGD, and it's not just about APC politics. Governor Dapo Abiodun and Senator Otunba Gbenga Daniel are both APC men, same party. Yet here we are, a sitting governor using the full weight of the state power to try and politically crush a sitting senator from his own party illegally. Not over corruption charges. He's the one that has to actually answer that. OGD has no corruption charge to answer. He's in the Senate. Not over public service failure, but simply to clear the road for himself to take OGD's seat in 2027, even before any ballot was cast. That's what I think. Let that sink in. For the obedience watching this, for the PD people watching this, for the ADC people watching this. If a governor can do this to a former governor and current senator in his own party, issuing suspected violation notices, quit notices, and demolition notices all on the same day for properties that have stood for decades in different areas of the state. They are not even together in one location. What do you think he will do to opposition party when the time comes? What do you think he will do to the obedience when the time comes? What do you think he's going to do to a PDP? Is any obedient candidate going to be safe under this governor? Is any PDP candidate going to be safe? Is any ADC coalition member going to be safe to contest without being quashed like a bug because of a power-drunk governor? If Senator OGD, with all his clout and all his national standing, is not safe from this kind of political brigandry, who is? I'm from Ogun State, and I'm embarrassed, and I'm angry, and I'm upset. I've spoken out many times against the lack of accountability in this Dapo Abiodun government. People thought, oh, he's just talking. In fact, they accused me in one of their press releases and say I'm a stooge of OGD. Do I look like a man that can be stooge to any human being, regardless of how much money they have? I have pending petitions with the EFCC waiting for this governor to leave office and face the law. So I have to ask, am I safe? I'm from Ijebu Mushi. I'm from Ogun State. Is my family home in Ijebu Mushi safe now because I'm criticizing this governor? My people, this is not just about politics anymore. This is about whether anyone in Ogun State is safe from the misuse and abuse of power. That is my intro. When we come back, we're going to unpack it. See, I don't accuse. I'm a top-level lawyer in America, and I've been a top lawyer in Nigeria. I'm not going to come on here and accuse a governor of something this serious without having my facts. I've taken time to go get copies of all those notices that he served. I've taken time to try to talk to the representatives of the OGD campaign or OGD organization. What's going on here? They've given me documentation. I've tried to reach the governor's office. Nobody will return my calls. But we will unpack it, and then the Nigerian people can make their judgments, because this is how it started in Rivers State. But OGD is not the other gentleman that is not their governor. These are two governors that are about to go at it. And if Mr. President is in Aso Rock, or his chief of staff is listening to this, somebody forward it to them, and you don't come and step in now, when the bloodshed starts, it's going to be on the head of every person that could intervene right now and are not. When I come back, I will unpack the details. Like I said, facts before bullshit. This is Ope Banwo Live and Unplugged and Unscripted. We say it the way it is. When we come back, but before we go, because this whole thing is making me so sad about my nation, I want to remind us about how great we are as a nation in my, what I call my, I don't know the word to call it, my disguise or euphemistic representation of what is going on in our country. I call it Muguland, so that I'm not accused of trying to debrand or whatever my country. But I believe that we are such a beautiful country, and we cannot afford these kind of things to be happening. So I'm going to play just a short video done for me by some of my students who are learning AI. You guys know I'm big on AI now. I'm training so many of these young people to learn to use their skills to be able to create products that they can sell globally. We're going to listen to this song by Mugu Prince, Muguland the Beautiful. When we come back, we'll talk about the real issue.
Lands where the harvest grow wide, the envy of nations with blessings worldwide. Sunshine that warms us, no frostbites in sight. Our weather's a gift in the day and the night. Brains that amaze and hearts full of fire. The world sees our talent, we rise even higher. We build and we shine, no challenge too tall. Mugulanders rise, we conquer it all. Muguland, beautiful, shining through the rain. From the mountains to the seas, we rise again. With all we stand, through storms we smile. Every hardship we face, we rise in style. Over 250 tribes with a culture so rich, born from the past where traditions stitch the riches below. From oil to gold, natural wonders that never grow old. From diamonds to gas, we've been truly blessed. The world looks to Muguland for the best. Muguland, beautiful, shining through the rain. From the mountains to the seas, we rise again. With all a story from jollof to stew, pepper soup that warms, and fufu too. A taste of our land in every bite. The world craves our flavors both day and night. We laugh through the pain, our spirits don't break. With joy in our hearts and love that we make. Muguland's a treasure for all to behold. A future so bright, a story untold. Muguland, beautiful, shining through the rain. From the mountains to the seas, we rise again. seas we rise again. With our land so green and our hearts so true, Google land of beautiful, all eyes on you.
All right, welcome back to Ope Banwo Live and Unplugged. We have a beautiful country, Nigeria. Here we have our issues, but we also have our amazing potential. And I'm going to be damned if I'm going to allow anybody, because of over zealousness, to continue to put us through pain in Nigeria. If you are just joining us, what you are watching tonight is Ope Banwo Live and Unplugged, my weekly program, where today we are taking a very serious issue that is threatening the very peace of my state and one of the states in Nigeria that all of us love so much, Ogun State, because this thing also have the tendency to spill over to other states. That's why everybody should be concerned tonight. We are talking about Governor Dapo Abiodun's dangerous executive lawlessness in Ogun State. When he woke up yesterday and served 3 separate notices on Otunba Gbenga Daniel that is going to destroy, is going to bulldoze his properties by Monday. He claimed they violated code, or he suspected them of violating code. We are going there. All right, let's go to the issue. And again, I want to quickly encourage everyone. You want to join my YouTube link now. We are live on Facebook. We are live on LinkedIn. We are live on Twitter. We are live everywhere. But I'm focusing on YouTube tonight. For obvious reason, I want to grow my YouTube channel. I'm not even denying that. Please follow my YouTube channel. Subscribe for updates. Okay? It's okay. But I'm going to be encouraging those who join us tonight that, as I always do, for the 10 best comments on this issue that is posted on our YouTube channel, only the ones on YouTube, not the ones on Facebook or the one on LinkedIn or Twitter, I'm going to be giving out 2,500 Naira recharge card to those first 10 people, and I'm still going to be giving away a lot of stuff tonight. So stay with me. It is going to be fun, like all my shows are, even though we are discussing a very, very, very serious issue. Go to YouTube now. The link should be somewhere in the chat. If any of my staff is there, please post the link, the direct link to the YouTube channel. Post it in your, if you are watching this on Facebook, please post it there for me. Join us on YouTube and let's make it fun. I'm already seeing several comments in there already. Wow, we already got more than 100 comments. Wow, I'm going to come to that. I'm actually looking at that on my YouTube page now. And then at the end of the broadcast, I will select at random 10 people. I'll read some of your comments out. And then I will just, at random, reward 10 of you just for being here with me tonight. But what is the issue? Let's get into the facts, because people know me that I may be stubborn, I may be arrogant, but I stay with the facts, regardless of where it falls. So here are the facts. Again, Governor Dapo Abiodun's people might be watching this. You can contradict me. You can post your comments. Even if you want to come in the studio, just indicate. I'm broadcasting to YouTube from a place called StreamYard Studio. It's a digital studio. I will bring you into the studio and we can talk about it. So this is not like about me trying to be unfair to nobody. Governor Dapo Abiodun's people, you have issued a press release. I'm going to want you to come into the studio tonight and defend it. I have a few questions about it. If you know you are being sincere, inbox me right now. And guys, if you see any comment from a Dapo Abiodun person saying I want to come in the studio, let me know. I will bring you here. I give you my word. I will bring you on this stand and we'll talk. I've also said the same thing to Otunba Gbenga Daniel's people, that if you want to come on the show tonight, it is free. I will let you come on as long as I can get Dapo Abiodun people to also come on so that we have the two fighting. Let them talk about it. If not, I'm sure I will get either Steve Oliyede, who's the spokesperson for Gbenga Daniel, or maybe try to get somebody who's a spokesperson for Dapo to come during the week. We are going to bring them on the hot seat. Tonight is a ranting show. You know, I have what I call hot seats with game changers, where I'm going to bring the person and we're going to be Q&A. Look forward to doing that during the week to any of those people who are ready to come on the show. But let's go to the issues themselves. On August 8th, That's yesterday. I'm mentioning the date in case somebody is watching this later down the road. Okay. On August 8th, something strange happened. Just before the close of work, that's yesterday, Friday, 3 properties tied to OGD. One of them is called Asoludero Court, which is where the man actually lives when he's in Shagamu. That's his personal house, is his family house. It was built in 2004. The second property, Conference Hotel Shagamu, that the man built after he left the office of governorship for years. I remember having attended a conference in that hotel. Conference Hotel Shagamu was built in 2013. That was 12 years ago that it was commissioned. And then the third property is called the Hotel Annex. It's called an Annex, was built in 2015. All of them in separate locations. This is important. Were all served notices of contravention. They were served 3 notices. Same time, same day, same people. Notice of contravention, and then notices to quit, and then a notice that they are coming to demolish by Monday. If it doesn't fix their suspicion. Now, before we go forward, because facts speaks, emotion and partisanship works. Here are the notices before I go on because they are important. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to zoom in on it. In case you don't have it, you can go check it. You can Google right now. I think Steve and the governor, former governor, they've posted it. They've made it available to the press. So I'm not giving you any privileged information that is not allowed in public. They themselves made it public. This is the notice. I'm going to zoom in on it. All right. As you can see here. Okay. Oh, this is the demolition notice. I'm going to come back to this in a minute. This is the third notice. That's the demolition one. I want to talk about the notification of violation first, which is this one. Okay. You can see right here. This is the one. They got identical notices for all the 3 properties. But this one is for the Conference Hotel Annex along Awolowo Avenue, Asoludero Court area, adjacent Asoludero Court, GRA, Shagamu. And you can see that it was issued by the Shagamu Zonal Planning Office opposite Remo Divisional High School, Kara, Shagamu, under the Ogun State Planning Development Authority. This document, you are looking at it, is dated 8th of August at the bottom. Okay. Now let's read what it says. It addressed the place, Conference Hotel Annex, GRA Shagamu. Here is your contraventions consist of the following. And I want you to listen carefully here. Construction of hotel development suspected to be without permit. Now, that is the word. I'm going to read it again. Construction of hotel development suspected to be that of without planning permit. That is what they said in the same notice they served this gentleman. Here is more of it. So I'm not just picking one at random. That's what they put in all 3. Suspected. Let me zoom it on it. Suspected, construction of building suspected to be without planning permit. Now, I know our governor and his people may be challenged educationally because he can't even tell us where he went to school. He's not even sure where he graduated, where he graduated from. How can you threaten to demolish somebody's house because you suspected? They didn't even go so far as to make a finding that this is a violation. That's how much in a hurry they are to render OGD homeless. I'm going somewhere here. There was no prior warnings. There was no opportunity for the man to fix the problem. If somebody violated coding laws in Nigeria or anywhere in the world, is it demolition that you will give them within 3 days? You're not going to invite them to come and prove that they didn't violate, or you. It's not even for them to prove anything to you. It is for you to prove to them by citing the law they violated and how they violated it. You can't compel a man to come and be to come and give you document to crucify him. So it's not even for OGD or it's people to submit documents to them from their lawyer. I'm going to tell them that. No, let them find that you are in violation first. Then you can go submit document to convince them that you are not in violation. It is not your job to go be giving them evidence to confirm their suspicion. They are the government. They are the one that issue documents. They are the one that will know if you have document or you don't have document. So if you are violated, they should just say you violated so, and then give you time to come and fix it or we will demolish. That is how civilized nations behave. Even uncivilized ones. I've never seen, and I've been a lawyer for 30 years, where a government authority is saying they suspect you of doing something and then they want to throw you in jail based on suspicion. No trial, which is what they are doing here. We suspect you that your stuff was built on code violation. So you have 3 days to vacate, and then we're going to come and destroy it in 3 days if you don't vacate. That's what we got from our bone-headed governor in Ogun State. No prior warnings, no opportunity to fix any supposed violation. And these buildings, they have stood for 8 years, 12 years, 20 years. Even when Amosun, who is a man, when he was going after this man and wanted to, he didn't go and destroy these properties. If they were in violation, you know Amosun will have done it. Because there was a season that Amosun was all bent, just like this man was going. But he didn't go near all of this because he knew they did not violate any code. I have seen the document that was approved by the state, complete with the stamps. And yet, this governor says he's going to destroy it by Monday without ever having served them a single legal query before yesterday. And these are properties with approved drawings, law permits, and no prior violation history. I don't say what I don't know. I have seen those approved drawings. I have seen those permits. I don't have them. I have them, but it's not mine to post publicly. That's for OGD's people if they choose to do that. I just needed that to make sure that I'm on the right track when I'm talking about this shit. And I will advise them if they have it, it's not your job to publish that. Your job is to tell the government to tell you what you violated, what section you violated. Then you join issues. Now, the state government now claims they are using a 2022 Ogun State Urban and Regional Planning Law to justify this move. A law that did not even exist when these buildings were constructed. I'm making a little case tonight, guys. More for myself than even OGD. Because it could be my house in Ijebu-Mushin tomorrow. This guy is mad with power. And we need to call it. And we need to call it very hard. Okay? They did not use law that were in existence when OGD built those houses. The man wants to use a retroactive law that was probably just passed into law recently, 2022 Ogun State Urban and Regional Planning Law, to justify the move to destroy properties that were built 20 years ago. But not in Sherue. Let me speak Yoruba. A law that did not even exist when these buildings were constructed. That's retroactive application of law, and it is illegal anywhere in the world, especially Nigeria. According to OGD, in his own press release, we all got those press releases. I don't have any special information. The government is using a 2020 planning law retroactively on buildings that predate the law by years, even decades. His press officer submitted copies of approvals he got before those 3 separate buildings, on those 3 separate buildings. Also, in the notice of default, the quit notices and demolition orders served on OGD that I just showed you, none of the notices even talked about actual violation of any law. They all said each of the properties are suspected to have violated the law, and then they said they think it didn't give enough frontage or whatever they call that thing. Somebody didn't give enough frontage, but it's the property you're going to develop, you're going to destroy. Maybe you will take the frontage they didn't take. Yeah, Dapo Abiodun's government in the most unprecedented way, now set a 3-day demolition notice based purely on suspicion of violation. There was no hearing to determine if there was an actual violation, no administrative finding of any wrongdoing. Even if you are going to kill somebody, at least make it look like you're an intelligent human being. The officers who serve those notices who at least have said, we have investigated and you have violated section so and so. At least we know that, okay, you are moving based on an administrative finding. They were so much in a hurry. They were so dumb. They can't even fix their own documents. They did not even wait to make a finding. They are moving bulldozers based on suspicion in a country that have laws. And I assure you, you are hearing this in Abuja. This is the time to step in, not when there's breakdown of law and order that you are coming to do a state of emergency and people will be second-guessing you. This is the time to call this our governor and slap him straight. They were in such a hurry to render OGD homeless and shut down his businesses that they skip even the basic step of confirming any offense. Like I said before, I would like to repeat because it sweetens me, because I don't really like this governor. It's not done well. Forget OGD for a minute. You saw the 20-something allegations against this man. The one we filed with EFCC. He has not responded to any. We know he's educationally challenged because he can't tell us exactly where he went to school and what he graduated from. And when he was pinned down by Shehu Okibaloye, he practically pleaded the Nigeria's equivalent of a Fifth Amendment. That I'm not going to talk about it. It is prejudice. And I was so ashamed to be an Ogun State person. So we know he's got some challenges. He's a fine boy. He dresses fine, but we know it's not the sharpest knife in the drawer. But this is beyond embarrassing. To suspect that a citizen built 3 different properties in violation of code, make no redetermination of guilt, then jump straight to quit notice and schedule demolition for 3 days after. Abba, as an Ogun State citizen, I'm deeply embarrassed that this is what my state has been reduced to. And this is the man that has aspiration to go and become our senator too. God forbid bad thing. And the timing is no accident. It's the same playbook that he used to destroy Mrs. Daniel's Datcam Plaza in 2023. All of you watched that Datcam Plaza. I was trying to upload a video of that destruction for you guys to see this man. I don't even know what his fascination with destruction of property is. Even Wike, that is master destroyer, gave them notices, gave them opportunities to fix whatever. He gave them months. He met with them even before he started to do any destruction. That's Wike, that all of us are saying is a madman. But Wike followed the rule of law. That's why he can stand tall. You build on the wrong place, it gave you notice, it gave you opportunity, and you are not doing it, it takes you down. This one is not even our own LAE of Ogun State. Doesn't even want to go through all of that. So when you look at the way he destroyed Mrs. Daniel's Datcam Plaza in 2023, which was demolished at midnight on Saturday night, stroke Sunday, a time when no government action was supposed to be taking place, while the same kind of bogus notices he was serving that time was still being challenged in court using flimsy excuses. He destroyed it and he got away with it. And that'll be my message to OGD if you are listening to this and his people. Don't underestimate this man. He can come on Monday and destroy those properties. Why? Because you allowed him to get away with it the first time. He destroyed your properties. His own properties are still standing. That's why he's bold. I'm not saying you should do violence for violence. I don't preach that. But when terrorists or when bullies push you, and all you do is smile and call your lawyer, guess what? They're going to keep pushing you because this is Nigeria. They know the law doesn't work that fast. That we're still using court delays today to dodge from being held accountable for the destruction of the multi-billion naira Datcam Plaza that he did way back in 2023. OGD has not got justice yet. Now the same Dapo wants to go for all the assets of OGD in Ogun State in one fell swoop. 3 different properties based on suspicion. Jesus Christ. Based on suspicion of code violation. I could not believe my eyes when I downloaded that thing. But guess what? Let's be real now. Just in case some of you, because we have listened to the press release of the man, of Governor Dapo. And I promise you, we're going to talk about that towards the end of this broadcast before I do my posers. They are saying this is a routine thing as if they are Lagos. They want to, this Dapo guy now wants to compare himself to Jide Sanwo-Olu in Lagos. But this is what I'm saying. Let's be real. This is not about town planning. This is not about any real property audit. And I'm going to call it, if nobody's going to call it. OGD hasn't called it in his own press release, and I laughed. But I'm not one of them. I'm not a politician, so I'm going to call it. This is about 2027. Governor Dapo Abiodun wants OGD's Senate seat. That is the whole genesis of this. So, in my own opinion, and from my reading, everything all of them are saying. Dapo knows, and anybody who's in Ogun State, they will know this for a fact, that in a fair APC primary, OGD's record and popularity will beat Dapo hands down. You can go do your own survey now. OGD, apart from being a legendary two-term governor in Ogun State, I didn't even know much about Ogun. I wasn't following Ogun State politics much then. But his records are still there. But forget that. That was how many years ago? Right now, OGD ranks among the top 3 senators in Nigeria. By my own research, they didn't tell me. I myself was surprised when I saw his name popping up in the top 5. Let me even go to top 5. For bills sponsored, bills passed, and projects that he got for his state. It's an incredible performance he's done as a first-time senator. You don't have to believe me. Just Google. I think that is a main guy, Steve Olide, has published something like that. I was stunned. It was pages and pages of real stuff that you can verify. By contrast, Dapo's administration, like I said in my opening, is burdened with scandals, unanswered questions, a lot of EFCC petitions waiting for him, not just my own. That's what I gathered, because I tried to follow up with EFCC. They said the man has immunity, they can't prosecute him now, but they are waiting for him to leave office. There's so many petitions because he has not run a transparent government. Now he knows that putting that, because Ogun State people are not happy with him, going against an OGD for the same position, which is this Senate seat, the Ogun East senatorial seat, is what is causing all this wahala. He knows he's probably not going to win. Governor or no governor. Because with OGD's popularity, track record, grassroots support, he knows he probably can't win a clean primary. So he has turned it to rough already before he starts. He's doing what political despots do. Using state power to weaken an opponent before the ballot. Now I can guess. OGD is meeting with lawyers. He's calling lawyers, spending money, spending resources. His followers are probably worried if they can destroy a guy's house, what will happen to my own house? Basically, this combobulate or whatever what they use, the man, so that he's running up and down, he will not have time to do the politics. He's trying to make sure that OGD has no base to operate from. Because when they destroy your house and they destroy your hotel and destroy your annex, where are you operating from now? That he has no resources to mobilize. People, we all know how elections are in Lagos, in Nigeria. And of course, more importantly, a dented public image. Because who will follow a leader that the government can just wake up and destroy his properties and he's smiling, calling his lawyers? I won't follow that kind of leader if I'm a politician. That means that if they come for me, the man can't help me if he can't help himself. That is what Dapo is trying to establish, and I hope OGD people are watching this and listening to this. You may not have seen it that way. Me, as an outsider, I'm looking at it, I'm saying, that is what he's doing, because everybody, anybody that matters, like to follow a strong leader. And when it defrocks you, humiliates you, and bulldozes your personal house where you have to go and put your wife in a hotel, if it's coming to Shagam, try to imagine that for a second. And you yourself, you are in Ogun State trying to campaign for your election, but you are doing it from a hotel. Who is going to take you serious? Unless you are giving money to the poor people on the street. But serious organizers are not going to follow you. Why? Because you can't even hold forth. You can't defend yourself. So if they come for them, who's going to defend them? That is what this man is doing. And it makes me so angry because it ruins our electoral process. We are not being given a fair chance. Even if you are going to defeat OGD in a primary, make it fair. If you can't make it fair for your own party person, then what is the fate of an obedient? What is the fate of an ADC coalition member? What is the fate of a PDP? So instead of preparing to face the people on his record, he's clearing the battlefield in advance. And it's a very simple strategy. I can see it because I'm an analyst. I may not be a politician. The strategy, strip OGD of his political base, remove his operational home, drain his financial resources, humiliate him in front of his supporters, so that by the time the primaries come around, OGD is weakened, displaced, and politically wounded. And because OGD somehow, in his latter years, I guess where you're getting old, you start to calm down a little bit. OGD is now known for maintaining peace and not stoking violence. Dapo believes he can bulldoze his way without fear of immediate backlash. Because he won't do this to an OGD of 20 years ago. Ogun State will be burning by now. But they say Agbangbani, I guess that's what OGD is doing now, trying to become a real salesman. But it's a dangerous thing. This is a dangerous thing. He wants to bulldoze his way without fear of immediate backlash, especially with the courts on vacation. And justice slow to deliver. He knows that if he does it, OGD can't even get into court before Monday. Can you see that dastardly move? You move against the man on Friday. It's like when police want to deal with you. They arrest you 4 p.m. on Friday. You know that I don't care who you are staying there till Monday before they can find a judge to help you. And the man has made, this is a classic move, guys. I'm not here to demonize, just demonize Dapo Abiodun for nothing. I'm telling you what this man is doing. Serve the notice at 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. on Friday, telling him he needs to vacate his own properties in 3 days because you're going to come and bulldoze on Monday when the courts are on vacation. So that even if OGD gathers 10 sons, it will take a miracle for them to be able to get an injunction by that Monday. That is why I'm saying Nigerians pay attention now before Ogun State blows up on Monday. Somebody better call this man, because I doubt OGD will just go quietly into the sunset this time. He hasn't said anything. He's been smiling, and I'm just like, what kind of man is this? Even his press release, he has not threatened anything. He has not said he's going to do fire for fire. Dapo is lucky. They're not going to do that in Anambra or any of these states. By now, everywhere will be hot. And he's doing this because he has done it before, and OGD chose to go to court. And OGD is one calming his supporters down, not to take the law in their hands. I remember that time when some of his constituent leaders were ready to go to war. He was the one telling them, let the courts take its course. Let the court take its course. That was 2023. The law has not taken its course today. So him separately is probably thinking, law court again. The one will let me, one will business me, one will everywhere. I'll be watching. I don't know his mind. I don't stay with him. I'm in America here. I've not seen the man. But I'm trying to imagine what he's thinking. And then, when OGD finally got himself together and issued a press release, I'm even understanding now that OGD probably may not even be in town. Because I'm trying to just get all the information I can get from what I'm seeing. It may not even be. This is vacation time for most of these guys. It's Tivoli Ide that has been his press guy that has been publishing, and I thought that was hard. I started to see OGD himself on camera. Okay? Now, this government's official response, when all this was started, and press started to pick it up this morning, yesterday night, they quickly issued a press release or rejoinder. And the bottom line is that this is just a routine audit. How people what you only do, I swear to God Almighty. That is just a routine audit. You are doing routine audit, but you have given 3 days notice to quit and you are going to bulldoze on Monday. What do they even take us for? What did Dapo Abiodun take us for? Or in Nigeria? We can understand Lagos doing routine audit. I know they are doing audit because I've been served in my own houses. But guess what? They didn't give me 3 days. And it doesn't even mean that it's owing money. Oh. They say I'm owing containment rate. Okay? But they put it in the document. And they say if I dispute it, I should come to their office. They didn't say they suspect me. They say you owe. Very direct. We found out that you have not paid. So it's a finding. That means now me to go to their office in Alausa and sort myself out if I think that it was wrong. I even ignored the first one for the first 2 weeks. Then we got another one. They were still not threatening to demolish my house yet. I wish I can show a picture of my estate. Okay, they were not threatening yet. They're just saying you need to come with the next 30 to 60 days and sort this thing out. Immediately, I called my staff in Nigeria. I sent them money. I said, go pay these people. Okay, that is how civilized people behave. And I'm not an APC guy. They could have decided they want to come and demolish my house because of what the rubbish I say about their president. No, but they gave me my fair hearing. That is what an audit is. An audit is not, we serve you today. We suspect you have violated. Number 3, we give you quit notice. You are quitting somebody based on suspicion. I will keep repeating that. And then not only that, you are saying you're going to destroy my property by Monday if I don't satisfy your suspicion. So it's my job now to come and dispel your suspicion when you are the government. How dumb can you be? Seriously? Even if you want to go after OGD, be smart about it. We know this is politics. I'm not going to pretend like I'm naive. I don't know this is politics they're playing for each other. It's politics. Politics is a bad boy game. But don't be stupid, which is what this is. Where in Nigeria, have you seen where they issue a notice on one day, 8th of August? It is signed by the head of the department that same day, and somehow they served it that same day. Is that how quick our bureaucracy works? And then you give them 3 days notice of demolition, all in one breath. But when they were to come out, and I'm not surprised that the press guy for Mr. Dapo Abiodun is as dumb as his governor, with all due respect. Because if your governor, when your governor tells you to go and issue press release, denying that this is targeted at OGD, denying that this is anything more than a routine audit, you borrow yourself brain. That's why your governor needs you to be smart. And I thought that main guy, is a smart guy that used to be in Guaranteed Trust. I don't want to drag him so much into this, but he has to be behind this, the secretary of the government. I thought you were smart. You used to be smart at Guaranteed Trust. Now I'm calling you directly. I've not mentioned you since all this one started. But I expect that with somebody like you out there, we should have a better government in Ogun State than this ratty that we are having. You will have called everybody to order that. If we are going to go after this guy, oh yeah, it was town planner, whatever, sign that you have gone to investigate, write a report that you have gone there, you have done this, you have done that, these are the violations. And then, what's a NISU rule? After that, you have signed on the 8th. NISU OGD is not going anywhere. Election is not next week. Then give yourself like 7 days, then go serve the man that, okay, these are the findings against you. Then give him the number 30 days now. If he doesn't have the papers, or if he violated, 30 days will not matter. But at least everybody looking at you will see that you follow procedure. People will know it's politics, but nobody will support OGD the way everybody is supporting him now. I'm looking at all these write-ups here on my YouTube page. Okay? Nobody will feel sorry for him. This is Nigeria. This is fucking politics. So if you hold him like that to a real violation, even OGD2 will not make too much noise because he knows that the people are not going to be for him. But to go about it this way, that is so clear that you are so scared of the guy, or it's so clear that you just want to destroy the guy, you have just ruined whatever goodwill you have out there. You don't have any with me anyway. I know I'm a straight up guy. I think you are dirty. I think you are not running a clean organization. I think you are full of yourself and your power, and I know what I'm saying. Remember, I was involved with your organization even before you were sworn in as governor, the first time. So I know a lot about what's going on there. You are running one of the most despicable organizations, governments in Ogun State history. Nobody that has been our governor has been as bad as you. Is there a motion you want to compare yourself to? Or OGD or who now? Or who? Okay? But we have you there, Tokunbo Talabi. I call you out straight up. You want to debate me? Come next week. I'll come to any platform you are. You're an embarrassment to this government. You should know better because you went to a better school. You had great pedigree. So when they are doing this nonsense, you should have told them, Eleyo Tawa Adeoluwa would never allow this to happen when it was secretary general to secretary to the Amosun government. They prosecuted OGD too, but they served him documents. They gave him time to show up in court, and they went and battled it, even though OGD ended up winning the cases. But nobody could accuse them of doing high-handedness in charging OGD to court. They did it the normal way. Everybody knows politics, but so they've served you right. But this one, only a mad person will come and support you. And I'm waiting for that person where you will say somebody is suspected. You didn't say he has violated. Since when has suspicion become a crime that you then act on? Not only that, you serve quit notice, you serve demolition notice, all on the same day, and gave a man 3 days to vacate a house that he has built for 20 years, that he has lived. Forget this, because I'm getting worked up. Let's even say he violated. He has lived in that house for 20 years. Doesn't common sense and courtesy demand, and he's a former governor and a sitting senator, doesn't simple courtesy demand that you at least give him 30 days to come and fix the problem? About the mache politics with common sense. This is disgusting. And those who know me, that's the highest word I can use when I'm disappointed. What Dapo Abiodun is doing is disgusting. And then you, Tokunbo Talabi, you are there. You are the one that is a man of cerebral thing that can engage. So please, I beg you, engage me. I can't engage that your governor who doesn't even know where I went to school and Shekbe when it comes to education. But you, Tokunbo Talabi, I will engage you. So I'm drawing the line for you. Because this is my state. Forget whether I like OGD or I don't like OGD. This is my fucking state. You cannot make us a bad example. It's bad enough that you did a National Sports Festival. Agbo reports. It's bad enough that you allocated all the food in the festival to non-Ogun State indigenes. But not in Sherue. It is bad enough that you shut down Oluma Rock during the time the whole of Nigeria is gathering in our state, and you are giving one stupid excuse that you are renovating. Didn't you know you are going to host that National Sports Festival? I could go on and on. On and on. Why I don't like you? Because you're not a good person. You're not a good governor. You're not a good human being. So forget me. Let's say me, I'm biased. But at least do the right thing. And I expect Tokunbo Talabi to tell them. So that press man, before I lose my mind here, because I'm digressing now. They issued a press release, and my apologies, guys, if it looks like I'm coming too strong on this guy, but I've been saying it. This will be like my 6th or 7th live thing on this Dapo Abiodun. I've been warning everybody that this man is becoming a dictator in Ogun State. This man is this. It looks like I'm talking rubbish. We are there now. Now I'm speaking to my Ogun State people. If I'm speaking Yoruba, you are here when I called attention to those 21 things that he did. Okay? A man that is not even suspected, a man that went to jail in America for credit card theft. He himself referred to it. He didn't deny it when they tried to use it against him for primary. All he was saying was it was statute bad. It's on record. So you can sue me if you think I'm defaming you. I'm using your own words against you. I kept telling everybody, watch this man, is going out of hand. Months ago. Today now, it's about to plunge us political violence. Or did they think OGD can't do violence? I hope he's not confused. Most of us who are old enough, we know OGD. The father is now become father, whatever, in the last 10, 15 years, where he's trying to bring everybody together and let's do Jebu State, let's bring Remo and Jebu together. He's the peacemaker in the last 10 years from what I've been seeing of him. Doesn't mean the man doesn't have it in him if pushed. And that's my fear. Because when it starts now, I don't know which of my family members will be in the middle. I don't even know who my family member is supporting in Jebu Mushin. That's to tell you how naive I am. I'm not involved in all this politics. For all I know, my family may be supporting Dapo Abiodun. I don't know. But when they start their fight, it's Ogun State people that, and anybody who thinks that OGD will allow them to destroy his house, his personal house, destroy his hotel, destroy his annex, and he will still be smiling, you are confused. Even if he's smiling, he has some crazy boys who may not even listen to him at some point. That's my fear. So they are now saying it is routine. Oh, that if the man is not, you all saw it. I don't need to read the old stupid press release that even annoys me more. The minute I read it, that why is he, if he's clean, why is he worried? You gave a man letter on Friday, so you're going to demolish his house on Monday. There's even no opportunity to come to your office because your office is closed today and closed tomorrow. You are saying, why is he worried? Are you guys normal? Okay. You say you suspect him. Is it his job to go find himself guilty, then to come and appeal to you? So, Killer and so, what are you people even saying in your press release? I read that enough where I said Tokunbo Talabi could not have seen this because it degrades you, it demeans you. Tokunbo, you come with better pedigree. People say you're supposed to be the engine room of this organization. Your governor may not get it together, but you're a professional. You're a professional. And I'm calling on you man to man. We are colleagues now, so I can call you man to man. You're now senior to me in banking. If anything, I'm going to be senior to you. Okay? From my IIG days, 1990, 1991. I know your rank in GT Bank when I was group managing director of a group of 5 companies. You are not even a manager. So I can call you out and say, you should do better for Ogun State. Talk to your governor. Now I'm even addressing Tokunbo Talabi now because Dapo cannot even hear a word again. And the press release guy, whatever they tell him to go and release is what he will release. So it's only you I can appeal to, Mr. Tokunbo Talabi. If you don't want violence in your state, call your guy and say, Baba, let's not do it like that. There are many ways to catch a cat. Let's go and recalibrate. Stop that demolition that is. We'll all be monitoring it. I'm going to have a live show on Monday also. I want to see what you guys will do now. And thank God for social media. When you are there demolishing, some people will show video. Unless you go there like a thief in the night. Tonight as I'm talking. I hope OGD has people in his own property this time. OGD people, if you are listening, talk to Daddy. Let him go and put some people in his own houses. These guys can come in the midnight tonight or tomorrow. Because what they will say is, at the Fortuna, then let him go to court. Bank court, which is what you did with that Ken. You violated court order, you demolished the property. OGD is still going to court every day now with his wife to get justice. But Tokunbo Talabi, we don't need to have this. It's election. If your guy is better, let him take it. I will, even if he's the representative of Ogun State, I'm going to talk about it. I have no political affiliation like that. I want the good of Nigeria. I may prefer OGD personally, but I'm not voting. And my organization, Nigeria Lives Matter, we are not supporting anybody. I've made that very clear to everybody that has listened to me. Nigeria Lives Matter is about every Nigerian lives, whether poor or rich. That is why I'm here tonight, to speak for OGD, because it's a Nigerian, and every Nigerian lives matter to me. Whatever you Nigerians like, vote in 2027. Let them just make it free and fair. Configure bagger, whoever wins, wins. But not this rubbish. Not this embarrassing stuff in Ogun State. So they said it is a routine audit. They said many properties got notices. And it is true. They started serving orders. After OGD started shouting. I have a friend right now who is in Atlanta. He was probably on this call right now. He just sent me a message about an hour ago. Oh, that they came to serve me too. But they didn't serve them quit notice. Only OGD is what they gave quit notice. OGD is what they want to demolish on Monday. But they served letter to a lot of people. After OGD's boys started making noise, just to make it look like, okay, it's not only OGD we are targeting. You are so stupid. And it's embarrassing. Seriously? Okay, you have issued a press release. People are reading it. And I want people to be commenting on what you think about this on my YouTube channel. Yes, my soul is trying to get clout. I already have clout. More clout doesn't hurt me. So follow me. If you have not yet subscribed to Ope Banwo Live and an Unplugged channel, please subscribe. Because at Sinsin, this 2027, I'm not aligned. Tomorrow, maybe it's Obedient I'm coming for. Maybe it's Ashiwaju I'm coming for. I don't know. Follow Ope Banwo Live and Direct so that you can get a front row and then make your comments seriously. To me, I'm not on anybody's side. I'm on the side of fairness. I'm on the side of truth. And on this one, I'm waiting for that person who will say what you are saying makes no sense. Post it in the group. And I've dared you already. You want to come on my studio? Let me know. I will bring you in right now, right here, and let's drag it down. If you think I'm unfair to Dapo Abiodun, come on. Let's talk about it. The whole of Nigeria, we have, just on Facebook alone, we have more than 600 people watching this. The kind I'm seeing here, I think that's the one from LinkedIn or something. Okay, on YouTube, we already have more than 500 people commenting. So there's a lot of Nigerians who are watching this. So come on, I dare you. Come and justify this rubbish. But you have said it's a routine audit. So I have 7 questions as I begin. Then I'm going to go to the audience. I'm going to pull up some of their questions and some of their comments. And then we're going to select, like I said, my promise is my promise for all those who are just here enjoying this with me tonight. 10 comments from the YouTube section. I'm going to give 2,500 naira recharge card. Sorry, it's small. You know, I'm not in government and things are tough right now. Even dollar is not easy to make, but it's just to appreciate you for being here tonight. But before we go there, I want every Nigerian, not just OGD's people now, every Nigerian, to ask Mr. Dapo Abiodun and Tokunbo Talabi. Now I'm joining you all together. And Tokunbo, you know I'm going to be coming for you next week. I'm going to have to do a special on you. Because you are there. I've tried to avoid mentioning your name all this time. I've been dragging this man. But you are there when they refused to take my petition. You are there when they drag and call me all sorts of useless names just because I spoke the truth. You didn't tell them, don't go after this guy. You are there when they issue all of this. So because I know you know better, you are a worthy man for me to engage, not the governor. I know he's governor, but intellectually, you can't say we're on the same level, with all due respect. But you, I will concede to. So I want us to ask these 7 questions. 7 of this man. Number 1, if this is routine, as he says, why were OGD's properties in different locations targeted at the same time with demolition in 3 days instead of the legal period? Everybody in the world knows that there is no administrative finding that will give you 3 days to quit and 3 days they're going to demolish you. Even in Afghanistan. So if it is routine, as you claim, even though your own document that I showed earlier showed that this is not routine. Here is his demolition notice that they gave him. I showed that earlier, right here. Let's look at it. Okay, you are informed. Look at it right here. This is the one for Asoluda Record. Okay, from the same town council, whatever they call themselves. This is the serial number 00047712. Sequel to our previous notice of contravention, they had no notice of contravention. You read it yourself. I said, we suspect you of being contravening. Suspicion of contravention is not the same as contravention. Somebody should explain to that man that didn't know if he went to Ife or if he went to University of Chicago. Somebody explained to him. There's a difference between notice of contravention and notice of suspicion of contravention. But let's keep going. Okay? They say sequel to our previous notice of contravention, which was dated the same day, by the way, with this letter, a notice of stop work served on you is not doing any work in that property right now. Anybody can go there and check it. I ask. Steve said there's no construction going on there. That he dares me to go and look at it. But that's what they said in their letter. You are hereby informed to vacate the property within 3 days from the date of this notice. Ladies and gentlemen, this notice, let me take off this thing so that I can see the day of the notice itself. Right here, 8th of August, within 3 days from this date, okay, you are hereby advised to remove all valuable property within the specified time, within 3 days. Please know that the authority will not be liable for any loss suffered by you or claim for compensation whatsoever for any removable property damaged or destroyed during the impending demolition of the development. You are warned. And this clown say this is routine. Routine that I'm going to come and destroy my house in 3 days. I will do. So the letter is dated 8th of August. Okay, pay attention to that. You can screenshot this. This is from them. Okay, now let's go to the other document. Here is another one. Here is this notice they are referring to that they have sequel to the notice. You can see that the notice is dated 8th of August, the same day. The same day. Construction of hotel development suspected. Right here, people. I don't know if you can see my mouse or not. I don't know how this studio worked. But right there, construction of development suspected to be without planning permit. How can you have suspicion something has no planning permit when you are the one issuing the permit? Where is your government issuing the permit? You could have simply said, we have determined that this building does not have permit. That is a determination that you should be able to make based on the files. And I have seen the permit. I have seen the stamps. I have seen the approvals. I've seen copies of it at least. So, but they gave the notice on the 8th. They gave the quit notice on the 8th. And they are going for the demolition 3 days after. So if I come back to my poster here, if indeed this was routine, and I'm still waiting for that gentleman that will tell me in the thread that this is routine, okay? Why do you target 3 houses? That's where I'm actually going with this poster. 3 houses simultaneously in different locations. This is not like they're in the same compound. So you can say maybe the whole compound violated. Somehow, all OGD's properties in different parts of Ogun State violated code, even though they've been more than 20 years in existence, 12 years in existence. Please answer that. If you're a man, if you're really, really are sincere. Number 2, because if you don't answer it here, I'm sure GD's lawyers will even have better posters for you. I'm not even a good lawyer like his lawyers. I know GD can get sense, he can get the best of them. So me, I'm just like a semi-retired lawyer just talking, you know. But as a layman, this is the first question that came to my mind. Number 2, to put the lie to your press conference that you're a liar or you are not a very smart schemer. Poster number 2 for Dapo Abiodun, excuse my typo. Why apply a 222 law retroactively to properties built in 2004, 2013, and 2015 if there is no executive lawlessness involved? You know better. Laws are not retroactive in Nigeria. They cannot be retroactive by constitution. But in your own document, you are citing a 2022 law to say properties that were built 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 8 years ago, violated a law that was not in existence when they built those houses. I don't even have to be a lawyer to know how stupid this sounds. Seriously. If I were to ask my 17-year-old daughter, Harmony, she's still in high school, she's going to look at me with that eye she used to look at me when she thinks I'm stupid. If I say, oh, we are applying a 2022 law to something in 2013, 2015, she's going to look at me the way these young girls look at their fathers when they think we are not making sense. Not to now talk about somebody of OGD's level. A man that has been a billionaire before he went to politics. A lot of people don't know that. Most of the lift that you people see in Lagos, OGD brought them before he became governor. There are some governors who go there who are bankrupt. In fact, there are rumors, even this Dapo person. Again, I talk facts. Your oil company, your company that you had, what state was he before you became governor? He was in near bankruptcy because he had problems with AMCON. All the debts are with AMCON. But somehow, those debts have been miraculously cleared in 4 years of your government. I'm not saying you use government money to do it, but Ajakula Namakuleni, or what do they say in Yoruba language? Who does not know Talot there? Okay? Who cannot think that you came into government to try and rescue your losses, you want to then go and destroy a man that has been a billionaire. No, I'm not saying OGD is clean. No politician is clean in my own book. All Nigerian politicians are all the same to a smaller or larger extent. Okay, I'm not going to come here and plead for nobody. I wasn't in the government. For all I know, he ran a clean government because he won his cases at the court. I'm also trying to get him. But after all this battling and fought, he won. So I think I can reasonably say then that OGD is clean. I have to take that back because you go with facts. If you were in jail like some of the other governors. But leave that as it may. No politician is clean 100%. That's why their politician is tough. Being a politician in Nigeria. But the man is on record to have been a multi-billionaire before he went into state. You were near bankruptcy before you won governorship. So combine. So why will you use this kind of brainless law to try to then destroy his property? Because he will ask you, his lawyers will, even if I don't. Me, I'm a public commentator. I'm just doing my own mouth. Yeah. I'm not going to no court with nobody, but I trust OGD. His lawyers will ask. Poster number 3. If it is just routine audit, as your press statement claimed, why issue contravention notice and quit notice and demolition notice in 3 days on the same day? It has never been done on the history of Nigeria. It just entered Guinness Book of Records. Mr. Dapo Abiodun, you are the first bureaucrat I will see. You know the way they carry far. In your government, okay, I didn't get approval for one small plot of land for 4 years. Dapo Abiodun, they will say Kiniko is in this place today. They are carrying the file to another place because I refuse to bribe anybody. You did all you want to do. Okay. But the same you now, you can write notice of suspected violation in 1 day, get it signed 1 day, the same day, get it published the same day, get it served the same day, and then you are mobilizing bulldozers for 3 days after that. And you are saying it is routine. Well done. You are doing well, Governor Dapo. Poster number 4 for Dapo Abiodun. Governor Dapo Abiodun, with respect, sir, I'm not going to disrespect your name, Your Excellency. Even though not every excellency is excellent, you are not. With this, your behavior, you are not excellent. You bring a bad name, a bad interpretation to that name, but I will call you because that's what the government, the law says. You are excellent, Excellency Dapo Abiodun. Why does this target conveniently set during vacation when OGD cannot seek urgent requests for judicial intervention if it is not wickedness? They are saying it's routine. You know that nobody they say they want to demolish his house will just say go ahead and demolish it. Even if they are in violation, you know they will at least go to court for court to make a determination because you have not even said they are in determination. But because you know what you want to do, you set it at a time that the courts are on vacation. And then you serve it at 4 p.m. at night when it can't go anywhere. There's no judge is going to call, even a vacation judge. I know that when courts go on vacation as a lawyer, they are what they call a vacation judge. Vacation judge is not there on Saturday and Sunday now. He has to come to court on Monday. So while they are busy trying to get your ex parte injunction or whatever injunction they want to get, you want to be busy demolishing their house so that they can then say, okay, we are going to sue him for damages in a country where a case can go on for the next 18 years. If OGD lies, let him sleep on his rights. So that's his business. I don't care. I'm not a member of his family. He should let them destroy his assets first. Then let him be going to court. I filed a class action lawsuit against all Nigerian banks in 2012. The case has not been resolved till now. It's 2025. That's 13 years ago. Even me, I had to pass it over to another lawyer to be helping me. That's the Nigeria you want to wait. You want to wait for? That's what this man is counting on. That will do it, then let him be running up and down, because that is what he did with Ditken. Poser number 5. If many properties were served, where are the demolition threats to other owners? Or is this audit only urgent for your political rival? I know you did not serve quit notice and demolition notice on everybody else, because I've spoken to several people. I just spoke about one of my childhood friends who's even right now in Atlanta, but he has property in Ogun State. He said they finally served him this morning. They are even serving notices on Saturday just to cover your ass. You are serving notice so that you can say, oh, it's not only OGD, but GRA. But even he did not have notice to demolish. So bad is the OGD. That his own is different. It's because he's a special man. And you say, this question is for you to answer for the public. I know you won't answer me, because your people are cowards. They won't come online and discuss it. They're going to call me names tomorrow morning, and that's okay. But I'm coming again tomorrow. I'm having another live. On Monday, rather, on this update. I want to see what happened with that house. Poser number 6. If this is routine, why are you trying to repeat the same midnight demolition playbook that you used for Datkem Plaza in 2023 while a court case was pending? Because this is the same playbook you are trying to use now. Weekend assassins. That's what you are trying to do right now. Because you worked that time does not mean that OGD will smile this time. I'm telling everybody right now, as a human being, because I'm putting myself in his shoes. I haven't spoken to the man about what he's going to do, but I'm conjecturing what I will do. Okay? If the man demolish my houses and my wife Olunika at Emioti and Igbano, if Olunika at Joker's Plaza is what they destroyed, Ogun State is my bond. You can destroy my own house. You can't destroy my wife's property. I'm a Kusibeni. And everybody knows that. And I know that OGD also values his yeye so much. But somehow, he swallowed it for the sake of peace. Now you want to destroy the house that yeye goes when he goes to Shagamu. You want to destroy the hotel. Nobody can guarantee what we have. That's why I'm shouting now. And when it happens, people will say, Ope said it. I don't have a crystal ball, but I know human nature. I know human nature. And OGD is Yoruba. We are all Yoruba. A Yoruba man will take everything from you, but humiliation, die over that. I know. People will forgive you a lot of stuff, but they're not going to forgive you public humiliation. And that is what Dapo is about to do on Monday. You want to go to a Solidary court, a man's castle, and carry bulldozers, and you think you are assuming that OGD will just smile and be calling lawyer. Don't assume that. If we do that, we are living risk, and that's why I'm shouting. It looks like which one is my own. It's my own. I have family in Ogun State. I have friends, and I know how this thing can spiral out of line, out of control quickly. The people that will die will not be OGD, will not be Dapo Abiodun. So that you guys understand why everybody needs to start to get on this shit right now. The people that will die are those who don't have jobs, are those who love OGD, are those who love Dapo Abiodun, are those is their supporters that will start macheting themselves on the street. We have seen this. Even if OGD doesn't say anything, even if OGD, we all know how political guys take this stuff. Some of them, just to please OGD, that they are fighting for his interest, they can start to go burn his own houses. And before you know it, it's out of turn. We saw it in the 60s. It looks like, oh, they're just talking. When you start hearing Operation Wet here, you think it's history. Or you think it's Fabu. It's not Fabu. It's not Fabu. They were burning the houses of supporters of the main fighters. I'll say that again. Operation White here was mostly supporters burning the properties and houses of each other. The principal characters at the top went largely untouched. May God not let us see violence in Ogun State. May this not be our portion in Ogun State. Ope Abiodun, those who can call him, those who are his friends. Mr. President, with all due respect, I'm calling on you. Because at the end of the day, the ball is going to be in your court. Poster number 7. Why didn't the government give OGD a reasonable period to respond to their suspicion? They didn't say it violated, they said they suspected. I read it for you guys. And if you don't trust me, if you think I've doctored the document, Google it and bring it up. It's everywhere. That's where I downloaded my own too. From a WhatsApp thread. Okay? Is there. Why did they not give him a reasonable time to respond to their suspicion instead of jumping straight from suspicion to demolition in 3 days? If it is routine, why are you doing that? No other state is doing that. Lagos State that you're trying to reference, they didn't do that. Even against the Igbos that we're all talking about, they're trying to persecute the Igbos, they gave notices. They publish, is this schedule, what that, did they call that thing that government people do? Gazette. They served me in Lagos State. They gave me plenty of time, 60 days or something, to come and resolve this. I ignored them. They sent me another one. Nobody came to my house. Nobody went to carry bulldozer. Why is your own different in Ogun State? Why must we be known for any problem that Dapo Abiodun with demolition as his own way? When somebody offend you, is to go and demolish their property. It's an Ogun State thing. The last time it was Gbenga Daniel's father's church that they went to demolish because they're not happy with him. Kilo Shewa Ogun State. What is our problem? They have problem in Lagos State too now. Maybe they just removed speaker, put the speaker back, did all their own whatever. Nobody's house was demolished. Kilo Sheyi Ogun State. Dapo Abiodun Tokunbo Talabi. Kilo Sheyi Ogun State. Why are you so obsessed with demolition? This Ditkem Plaza. They spent billions to build these shops. A 5-story building or something that is supposed to provide employment and economy for Ogun State. You said they violated Kinikon Code. And the next thing is to go and demolish Kilo Man Sheyi. What is wrong with you? I am not even saying Mrs. Daniel did not violate code. I don't know. They are still in court. And from all the motions that the people have been filing, they've been losing. They've lost on the Court of Appeal, which suggests that Mrs. OGD may even be correct. But I'm saying, let's even say Aguendo, that they violated some code. Why should your option be to go and demolish the property? It's part of what we're arguing against with Wike. That unless it's on a drain pipe, that one I understand. But if it's not on a drainage, the building is already standing. Any sensible person will figure out a way to make it work. Even if they're going to seize it from them and let the public use it, they want a demolition. That is the part I don't get. So you say you suspect that as alluded record where a man has been living with his family for 20 years, that has a hall that lots of people are using for conferences. You are saying you suspect they violated code and your brain, Tokunbo Talabi, you didn't tell him otherwise. Your brain, Dapo Abiodun, is Ejalo Bowale, where you are not a Basije person. His money, that 2 billion billion that they used to build, that is gone. It's gone. All for what? They didn't have setback. Let's no, I'm talking Yoruba a little bit because this is more for Ogun State people primarily and the whole of Nigeria. Ogun State Eja Barawa Soro. Iru governor will elect to help the first thing in his mind is to go and demolish buildings because he suspected them of violation, which you know is a lie. I've just proved that. You don't give them opportunity, like this poster number 7, to come and fix the problem. Oh, you did not do this, or you did not do this, or we give you 30 days to fix it. or we are going to take next level. As a matter of fact, I forgot to mention that. I have read that law. There's no demolition there. The penalty for the offense, even if OGD committed it, is fine. Fine. That's what the law says. The same 2022 law that this retarded guy is referring to call for fines. But he ignored fines. He went straight. Eja Dabule. Why? Because of politics. You are going to leave that governor's house one day. OGD was there for 8 years. He left. Amosun was there for 8 years. He left. You will leave. So you can't live your life as if you are God. You can't roll like that. That's my position number 7. Why didn't that government give a reasonable, and I'm going to be ending in a few minutes because I wanted this to be not more than 90 minutes. I'm already at the 90-minute mark. One extra poser here. Your notice, and I've been happening on that. Your notice only alleged a code of violation, not actual confirmed violation. So can you please tell Nigerian people, since you are saying this is routine, which routine administrative thing allows that kind of demolition without an actual finding, if that is accusing somebody? You are not even bold enough to say you have violated code. You are saying you suspect of violating code. And based on that suspicion, you are going to... This is absolutely insane. And I'm going to bring this down by saying this. And then I'm going to take some questions. I'm going to read some of the comments in the chat. Now, it is tempting for some of us to shrug and say, oh, they are both APC. Let them fight. But that's the wrong lesson. Because if Dapo Abiodun can do this to a sitting senator and get away with it, if he can strip a fellow party member of his own base, resources, and dignity, very important part of his dignity, just to pre-rig the primaries that is even in control anyway, because it says governor that go and select whoever is going to be, which is all rigged, everything's already messed up. Then nobody is safe. Not PDP, not Obedience, not ADC, not any coalition, and certainly not private citizens who dare to speak against him. And that is my worry. Itori and Moshe Logun. Because it didn't reach me. Today, it is OGD's hotels and home. Tomorrow, it may be your shop. It may be your farm. It may be your market store. It may be your family bungalow with no notice, no hearing, and no justice. That's why I keep shouting that this is bigger than any party politics. This is about the frightening misuse of power. This is about the arrogance of an imperial governorship being used to bulldoze democracy. It's not a building now. This man is bulldozing democracy in Ogun State. Ogun people, Enyara Ogun, regardless of who your political choice is, I don't care. You are free to support anybody you want. It's politics. But if we don't speak now, we may not have the freedom to speak at all tomorrow. And that's the truth. My people, this is bigger than one political party or political rivalry. If we normalize using government machinery to cripple opponents before elections, democracy becomes bulldozed. Their power becomes a bulldozer, clearing away competition instead of serving people. The arrogance of power is the enemy of the people. And I say, Ogun State, the nation is watching. Dapo Abiodun, the nation is watching you. Tokunbo Talabi, give better advice to your boss. Don't be an embarrassment to the intelligentsia. We consider you one of the brilliant people in government. Yes, I do consider you as a brilliant chap, just like that gentleman that was with Ato Anderson. I don't want to just mention his name now, because it's also turned out to be a very big disappointment to intellectuals. I was in Ato Anderson with him, or rather before him. I've been at Anderson many years before the gentleman went there. But you came highly recommended. You have first-class material. This mess, this retarded mess happening in your state undercuts you. You may not think so today, but Dapo Abiodun will come and go. The records that you all left together that has your name on it is going to live forever. That's all I have to say. Let me look at what some of my people have said on YouTube and everywhere. Let me just bring some of the comments up if I can. I see Chris Oriesa says leaders must obey the law. Thank you so much for that. I see one that says crushing that. I don't know what this one is. I think somebody giving me flowers. Mohammed Okumale says they need to call that bad man to order. I'm not the one saying this. This is what the people are saying out there. I'm just pulling them up. The ones I can see, it's not all of them that showed up in my studio. I see, okay, Oriesa has commented. He's commented several times. Ogun State deserves better treatment. Okay, I'm trying to scroll up and get comments of others here. New Waves Academy says, leaders should lead with the fear of God. Leaders should lead with the fear of God. Mr. Oriesa looks like it might take this. It might take too many recharge cards today. You have like how many? 20 comments. Oh my God, this is beyond politics. It's injustice. I see Fumi Oduse says 8 years, man, and Christmas. Ileya Lomaku. Exactly. Rule of law. Oriesa again. Let me see. Right. Wow. Where is it? Let me read it from YouTube direct, because many of you, your stuff is not coming in here. It's not coming on here. I'm trying to find other comments here. Joshua Samuel says governor fighting ex-governor. Yes, so that is what we have seen in Ogun State. And they are fighting, but they're not fighting fairly. They want to destroy the house of one man just to paralyze him. Bashiri Niel. George Mugu Scott, he says, logo funny. Thank you. Beheading yourself is not the cure for headache. Thank you so much for that. Okay, I'm just scrolling and trying to see I'm only calling YouTube once, since I said that's the one I want to praise here. Crushing down says public humiliation is bad. Yes, sir. And in Yoruba land, those are the things that people don't forget. The man don't know what he's doing. You don't want to make a lifelong enemy of so many people, especially people of OGD states. There's so many of you, literally hundreds of comments here. I don't even know where to start. All right, well, let me just pick some names at random here. Babatunde Bayo says, 3 days notice as if property is a Ghana must go. I wish I can find that on the chat. I'm reading it directly from YouTube. I love that. Yes, this is it right here. I think it showed up in my state. 3 days notice as if property is a Ghana must go. Ghana must go back. Where's my pen? I think I'm going to give Bayo a recharge card. I like this comment. So the first one, Bayo Babatunde, gets a recharge card from me. I know him very well. It's one of my people. So, but still, I'm not disqualifying you because I love your comment. Okay. Grace Okafor says, the dangerous precedent here is that the state power is being used like a private revenge tool, not a public service mandate. Aha, I like this one too. Grace Okafor, there you go. I'm writing it down. That's number 2. I like that. Okay, I have to pick one from Chris Oriesa. The man has had like 1 million comments here. This is a show of power gone wrong. Why target OGD? Very, very good question. Oriesa Chris. That's a 2,500 Naira recharge card for you. Grace Okafor, 2,500 Naira recharge card for you. Bayo Babatunde, 2,500 Naira recharge card. You are going to send your account numbers to me so that I can send you this cash for you to buy the recharge card. I'm not going to buy a recharge card for you. I don't know how to buy it. I'm in America, but I can transfer you the money. So you want to send this to, where do you send this now? Send it to info@opebanwounplugged.com. info@opebanwounplugged.com. Your name, your account number, and your phone number so that I can send you that. Let's keep going here. Now we are giving awards. We are done with the show. Before I play the last music, I just want to celebrate those of you who stayed here. Crushing doubts. You have been commenting a lot, but I don't know who that is. So you're going to have to convince me you are that person when you send in your account number so that I don't give the money to the wrong person. Crushing doubts. So I'll get my assistant to follow up with you guys and make sure that, because when I call that name, I don't want people sending me email and saying they are the ones. Okay. Grace says 3-day demolition notice for a sitting governor. That's not due process. That's political assassination in slow motion. You can't win twice now. I like this one even better. But I'm only going to reward you one time. But I really, really like this. I'm going to screenshot this. 3-day demolition for a sitting governor. That's not due process. That's political assassination in slow motion. I'm trying to find somebody who's supporting this guy. I don't see any. And I have like 720 comments. 720. I'm scrolling and scrolling, trying to figure out. Ope Banwo says, it doesn't happen like this anywhere in the world. Thank you. Ope Banwo, I celebrate you. Okay, let me put it there. Since you are the one that picked, I picked right there. Okay, Adebayo. I'm going to reread the names when I'm done. Joshua Samuel says, Agbarakpo. Yes, Chris, political rivalry should not destroy lives. I'm with you on that, sir. They can do all their fighting, but we don't want to die in their war. We don't want poor people to die in their war. We don't want followers to die in their war. So somebody needs to call them to order now. Call this Dapo Abiodun to order. Okay. Anita Dera says, where is the due process? Or are we just doing bulldozer politics now? I like that. Okay. 2,500 naira recharge card for Anita Deras. Again, you send your information to info. If I called your name, I'm going to reread the 10 so that there's no confusion. If you're one of those 10, I'm going to be calling out. You want to send us your account number to info@Ope Banwo Live. Ope Banwo Unplugged. I'm sorry. It's Ope Banwo Unplugged. info@opebanwounplugged.com. But I'll repeat it when I'm done. Okay. Dapo should stop turning politics into a war zone. Aha. That is Mr. Chris. He already been called. Let me start to look for others. He has so much of them in there. So let me scroll until I find somebody else other than the 7 I've called, because they kept tweeting. And I appreciate you guys. The 7 of you have called so far. You have done a great job. I don't know where Grace is getting all this stuff. I like this one too. A non-scholar, governing scholars, is like asking a man who's never seen the sea to captain a ship. I don't know that. Okay. Joshua Samuel said, Otidele. I like that. That's what Iwu said. Otidele right now. Don't turn Ogun State into a lawless state. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Chris Oriesa, for that. All right. Give me 1 second here. Oh my, there's so many. I'm looking for more interesting one. Jesus. Grace, you are really winning today, but it's only one time. I'm just trying to click the ones I really, really like, the ones that are very thoughtful. This is beyond Dapo versus Daniel. If an APC governor can do this to an APC senator, what hope is there for ordinary citizens with no political shield? Roadkill, yeah. They are what the roadkill, yeah. Olamaja, the roadkill. All right, New Waves Academy. Yes, I'm going to have your actions are patriotic about your nation, and I love your optimism about my nation. Yes, Sal. I think I should reward you for that, at least for calling out my patriotism. Because some people will say, he just tried to do clinical for OGD. We have post the posters out there. All right. I will bring OGD people and Dapo people during the week if they're willing to come, if they're not chicken, if they're really sure of what they are doing, let them come and explain to the to the Nigerian people. We want to understand. If OGD is wrong, I will be the first to call him out. People know me, know that. I have no friends when I'm talking about Nigeria. If OGD has done something wrong and they are trying to is violated code or didn't answer, because even if he violated code now, I'm not going to fault him. Okay, I will fault him if they say, oh, they have invited him for 30 days. He refused to show. They have sent letters and letters. He refused to show. That means he's willfully disobeying the law of the land. I cannot endorse that. I don't care how much I like him. But that's not what we are seeing right here. Okay, Adegbenro says, power is transient. We are following the event. Time will tell. Posterity will judge all. Ireo, I like you, sir. You sound like a big man, but I'll give you the money anyway, so you can give it to your boys. All right. Adegbenro, Taurid, Oladele. Taurid, Oladele. Please, sir, when we are done, you send your account number to info@opebanwounplug.com so that we can send your recharge card benefit. Okay. Where we? Otipoju. So I'm probably going to leave it. I'm not up to 10 yet. So let me keep going. There's so many of them right now. We've crossed over 800 comments. So let me just keep scrolling and scrolling. Oh, it says I can't scroll. Okay. Okay. Alozie says critical subject that will help shape how not to govern. Okay, because I want to go quickly. I think I'm going to include that. Okay, Alozie. Okay, I'll scroll a little bit more and see what I got. Like this one. Oham's Kingdom Frontiers. I love what is happening. The elites are not angry enough. Make the lawlessness, they go around. So go reach everybody. It should start going around. Hey, I have to give a man his due for that. I think you're correct. If we don't call this thing, it will soon reach everybody now. That's why I'm shouting. Because this man can decide to send Tokunku Botalabi and his boys to go and serve my father's house. Notice that they want to demolish it now. Even though it's inside our village. But how can I trust they won't do that? They are doing it to OGD. OGD that they know. As my OGD can go to Senate tomorrow and cry. OGD has resources. OGD can decide to start to bring some motion there that will cause a lot of confusion. Me, I have nobody but my mouth. So what would they do? And I'm in America. Before I reach Nigeria, is bulldozers. Mara bulldoze my house. So we have to shout. Let's look at Mitch Visions. It is surprising that this is happening when they are both from the same political party. That is what makes it scary, my brother. That is what even makes it more scary. Because if Dapo can judge you, a senator in his party, a former governor, not even respect. Let's be, we are all Yorubas. Let me speak to my Yoruba brothers now. Let's even say OGD properties violated code. Show Poju, if Dapo Abiodun call him himself, he's brother to brother, governor to governor. But Excellency, got to this and that, and they will talk about it. Even if he's still going to enforce the law, at least don't embarrass the man. Don't put the man in this kind of humiliating situation where you are serving letter on Friday, you say you want to destroy his house on Monday, and you're forcing the man to go be making phone calls. I can guarantee you that's what OGD is doing all day, because nobody will close his eye and say no problem and then allow them to destroy them, because this man has done it before. So OGD will know that he's not joking. Why will you do that? And you're in the same party. That is why I'm calling on President Jagaban, especially his chief of staff. Baba may be too busy, but you are the chief of staff. There's nobody you will call in Nigeria and they will not take your call. You need to call this governor. and make him understand that this is not a good time to do that. Whatever Dapo does in Ogun State reflects on the president in Aso Rock. Those who don't like president, they will use that as an excuse that Dapo is close with him. They see Dapo traveling everywhere with him. Dapo is almost like his personal assistant now. He left our state. I've not even talked about that. We have a governor that every foreign trip that Mr. President has made since he became president, he has been in almost all of them. Some of them for 2 weeks, 10 days. He has a state to run. But all he wants to do is go and be brown-nosing Mr. President. That's what this governor has been doing. To go and be doing ass licking, sucking up. Even Jide Sanwo-Olu don't go everywhere with the president. Jide Sanwo-Olu is the son of the president. Is the president's #1 boy as the governor of Lagos. Even Jide Sanwo-Olu is not everywhere like that. But you, everywhere we see Mr. President, whether it's in Germany or whether it's in London or even when Mr. President is going for checkup in France or whatever he does there, you are there. Kilo day, you left your state to go and become bodyguard or special assistant to Mr. Maybe that is what is emboldening you. Are you going to learn, according to a very dark man? You're going to learn because when you enter fire, you are not going to get access to Mr. President. Mr. President is not going to risk his second term for some guy in Ogun State. In case you are confused, you better borrow yourself brain. Tokunbo Talabi, better talk to your governor. He will not get access to Mr. President again. I'm telling you, I know how politicians behave. Who want you to come and use your own to cover the man that is fighting for his life with all this coalition people marshalling against him? You think he has time to come and be defending you in Ogun State? You will be on your own if you don't borrow yourself brain. But just in case he doesn't borrow himself brain, Mr. Chief of Staff, I'm respecting you enough to not even be calling your name to this mess. Please, sir, call this your governor and tell him, explain to him how they run office, how bureaucracy is supposed to work. Nobody is saying they should not hold OGD accountable if his properties have violated code. I'm not that kind of person. You saw me when I spoke on Kwan Wan and the plane thing. I put the blame where it is. Kwan Wan is my friend. He used to be my client for over 5 years. But I said he was wrong and he needs to be prosecuted for what he did. That's the kind of person I am. And I also call out the pilot. People didn't like that part. You don't move a plane when people are next to your plane. But let me leave that. Let's come back to Ogun State. There is no violence here. But anybody who's assuming that state will continue, that state of things will continue if this man continues to bulldoze property of somebody with political followers. Like OGD did not get into Senate by himself. He did not become a governor and get re-elected by himself. He has millions of people believing in. Whether you don't like him or not is irrelevant. There are people who put their life on the line for that man. I've seen some of them with my eyes. Many of them may not be under control, even if OGD is not asking for fire. OGD may lock himself up to prevent from talking to anybody, but some of those followers who will take the law into their hands, I know some of them. Politicians, they don't play. Everybody is trying to please their boss. But we don't need that violence. Don't go and demolish this man's house on Monday. I'm even begging you. See how nice I am? I'm begging you not to do it. Not for your own sake. I don't care what happens to you because you don't care for yourself. I care about your followers. I care about people who have built property, who support you, who have built properties for years. Because even their own property are not going to be safe. I'm begging you on behalf of those who support OGD and have properties. Me, I don't have property in Ogun State other than my family house. And it's not my house. It's family and my father built it before he died. All we did was repaint. So there's nothing you can do for me. My stuff is in Lagos. And I don't violate code in Lagos. And Lagos people don't even do like this. Hey, Joe, somebody talk to this. Let the stakeholders in Lagos. Baba Obasanjo, if you are hearing this, call that man who is your state. Igigogoroma gumiloju, atokelatimanwo. This violence that is locking like that. Thank God for the coolness of OGD. Thank God that OGD, the last time I spoke to him, the man was cool and collected. The way he responds to issues is where the lawyers. Let them go and file injunction. Let them go. That's the man is still doing it like an old school Omoluabi guy. But that may not last. That may not last if they demolish his properties. Because if a man has nothing else to lose, and you humiliate him, you put his face in the dirt, a Yoruba man, and Otunba for that matter. I'm a Yoruba person. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Other tribes may be different on that. Respect is paramount to Yoruba people. And when you take that away, the lion in them may come out. And God protect all of us when they start. But when it starts, it doesn't stop. When it starts, it does not stop. So it is better for Mr. President to get into the game now and say, Otito, that's all I got. Thank you guys so much for your time today. Again, I appreciate you for coming, for listening. For those of you who can make calls, make calls. Let's keep the conversation going, okay, so that we can secure this democracy for ourselves, so that we can live a life without violence. It is better to jojo than to war. When you have destroyed, you can't put it back, and consequences may be devastating for all of us, not just the people that are involved. That is why I'm being on record today on Saturday and saying my piece. I will follow this through all week. I'm going to put more searchlight on this Mr. Dapo Abiodun guy. Right now, I've issued a request for evidence, for information to 3 different departments in Ogun State for transparency on some of the transactions going on in Ogun State, because I'm a stakeholder. They have not responded. 7 days has expired. The law says they must give me the FOI within 7 days. But I'm hearing that governor's office is not permitting them. It's not governor's office for the Minister of Trade to give me documentation. I'm going to be talking about that during the week. So you know that I'm fully on top of this stuff. We hear about all the contracts that he signed, where he has mortgaged the life of Ogun State for the next 50 years or something. And I said, where is the information? Ogun State people deserve to know what we are doing with their money. The ones that they've made now, the ones they're going to make in 20 years' time. I've issued a request for evidence. They've not responded. I've reminded EFCC that the petition I filed, how far? But I know that one, they're not going to do anything for now anyway, because he has immunity. So I'm not going to pursue that. But every other means that we can use to hold this man accountable in Ogun State, we will do it. Like I said, charity begins at home. I cannot be chairman of Nigeria Lives Matter, and something is happening in my state, and I'm not weighing it. Just in case some of you are wondering, which one is your own? Oh, it's my own. No. I'm the one that stood before you about 4 or 5 months ago and say we should start holding our local representatives accountable, from governor to local government, that we should stop over-focusing on federal. Because federal is giving the states enough money now that we should then go and be asking our governors what happened with that money. The fact they've been giving the states has more than doubled since Tinubu came there. Why are we still looking at Tinubu and not our governors? I said that some months ago. I didn't just start today. And then I'm not going to have a governor that turns himself to a god and wants to start demolishing here. Then I'm going to keep quiet. No, I'm not. Whatever name they call me, whatever accusations they make, the issues are very clear. And I've raised them. Let's continue like that. Why? Because this is Nigeria. I call it Muguland. People ask me why did I use that word Muguland. Not necessarily in the negative sense. I'm actually I'm a Mugu man myself. My court case is called Judge Mugu. I'm a Mugu. All right. The artist I created called Mugu Prince. So I'm not abusing Nigeria. It's just a word for me to use, that how we get chance in our country, and then we still let all these leaders get away with it. We are the Mughals because they do whatever they want to us. Look at that governor. Look at what he's doing. But guess what? Some people are going to line up behind him tomorrow, and they're going to say they want to make him their senator. A governor that has no more tangible stuff to show. A governor that is so lawless that even a lawless person is saying this one is too much. Some people will still line up behind him tomorrow and say we want him to be our senator in Ogun State. That is how Mughals behave. So I call it Muguland. All of us sometimes like something's wrong with us. We have leaders that are not performing, but somehow on election time, we line up behind them anyway, either because they're from our tribe or because they're our brothers or because of whatever, as if what they did in the last 4 years does not matter. But we have to think, again, we don't need to be fighting. Why can't we reimagine Muguland or Nigeria, where we are all dwelling together in peace, where progress is what all of us are looking for, regardless of where you come from. Whether you're from Remo, you're from Ijebu, you're from whatever, you're from Igbo land or from Yoruba land or from Hausa land, where all of us are working together as one for the potential of our nation. That's where I stand. That's why you have seen some of my articles in recent times. I've been very brutal. I've been against Igbophobia. I'm against Yorubaphobia. I'm against a pilot just exercising power just because she can. I'm against a musician who is drunk with power, who thinks he can take anything to the airport. I'm against a governor just exercising power crazily. That is why I'm non-aligned. Because if I'm supporting APC or PDP or obedient, I'm not going to be free to say my mind. Why can't we all imagine one nation? We have the potential. Nigerians are some of the most intelligent people in the world. Everybody tells us that. But we can't even power ourselves for 4 hours a day. You know why? Because we are not working together. We are not getting the right leaders. We are not talking the truth to ourselves. We are not seeing Nigeria as one. We are saying, okay, it's my tribe that is there today. Let me take as much as I can take. When another tribe comes in, let me take as much as I can take. We are not imagining Nigeria as one. So I did a song. I expect myself in songs now because now I can be a musician without knowing how to sing. Thank God for AI. All my songs are AI created, they are AI produced, and I also have these young guys that I'm training who are creating the AI videos for them. The next one I'm going to play is called Muguland Reimagine. Basically borrowing up from some of the old classics to remind us that we should imagine in Nigeria as one. And I'm going to close with that tonight. Thank you everyone for joining in. And here is Muguland Reimagine. When we come back, I'll close the show.
Imagine there's no tribes here, no Awo, Sepokoroge or Yorubawa, no Efika, Fufude or Kaduriites, just one Muguland under one star. Imagine all the people living as one soul. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and Muguland will be as one. Imagine no divisions, no hatred, no names to separate, no leaders fueled by ego, no more hearts torn by tribalism. Imagine all the people joining hand in hand. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and Muguland will be as one. Imagine if we were brothers beyond the lines we draw. No need for greed or power, just love to guide our law. Imagine if we were brothers, beyond the lines we draw. No need for greed or power, just love to guide our law. Imagine a land united where every voice is heard. No Okorobien or Awasa or Yorubawa, just one beating heart, one word. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and Mugulan will be as one. Yes, I hope someday you'll join us, and Mugulan will be as one. Yes, I hope someday you'll join us, and Mugulan will be as one.
Alrighty, thank you guys so much. We call it tonight, but before we go, let me read out the names of those who are winning the 2,500 Naira recharge card on my show. I think I'm going to make this standard for the next few days or weeks, so be sure to follow my live events. I'm sure I'll be running more frequently now to have fun and participate. And of course, my shows are not all just about politics. Sometimes I talk about AI, I talk about empowerment, I talk about Nollywood. Is Ope Banwo live, unplugged and unscripted. So I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. But thank you so much for joining today. The winners of my giveaway for tonight, my 2,500 Naira recharge card giveaway, are Oham's Kingdom Frontiers, Taurid Oladele, New Wave Films, whoever you are, Anita Deras, Bayo Babatunde, that one I know very well, Grace Okafor, Chris Oriesa, Crushing Doubts, Oke Adebayo, and Oke Alozie. So I think that is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, that's a 9. Oh, 10. All right. Again, Oams, Kingdom Frontiers, Taurid Oladele, New Wave Academy, Anita Deras, Bayo Babatunde, Grace Okafor, Orisa Chris, Crushing Doubts, Oke Adebayo, and Oke Alozie. I know that I had hundreds and hundreds of comments and I could not pick everybody. Maybe I will increase it to 20 tomorrow or something. No things are tough. But I think I can afford that. 2005 in 20 places is 50,000. I think I probably can do that. I don't know. But today, we are just celebrating 10 of you. Thank you so much for joining and for participating. But more importantly, let us keep this conversation going. Wherever you are, let's keep the debate going, that hopefully we can avoid a disaster in our time. 2027 is going to be consequential for every one of us, because regardless of whether you participate in voting or not, like me, I'm not going to participate in voting. I just want to be a critic, an observer, and somebody to call everybody to be honest about this. But whichever side you are, whether you are supporting APC, PDP, ADC, or whoever you are supporting, it don't matter. Whoever is elected is going to represent you. That is why all of us have an interest in a free and fair context. Let the best man win, but not by rigging the election, not by preempting your competitors, and not by overusing power. That's all I'm about. My name is Ope Banwo, and I'm the founder of Niger Lives Matter. Every Niger Lives matters to me. And whatever is going on, you're going to be hearing from me. And of course, as the mayor of Fadei, you know I always have something to say about what is going on in our nation. Thank you so much for honoring me and being here tonight. I look forward to seeing you on another of my exciting shows. Good night.